The last few videos were about how unexpectedly toxic a few communities are. So I'm doing this thing now. I'm keeping a master tier list for how toxic communities are, at least in my experience. Let's start with science, which goes in E tier. For the most part, when I'm talking about general science, you guys are all cool. There are still some assholes, but for the most part, you're cool. Temperature specifically, though, that goes in B tier. People defend their favorite temperature scale with the fervor of defending their home sports team. In fact, the first TikTok video that I ever made blew up because people were threatening each other over temperature. Yes, this has gotten me slurs and death threats, so yeah, temperature goes in B tier. I think B tier is going to be the cutoff for slurs and death threats. If I've gotten slurs and death threats in it, then you're at least in B tier, so League of Legends and Counter-Strike go there. But there are more toxic communities. Like politics is A tier. Politics frustrates me way more than any of these. So I'll be completely honest, I made a couple videos about Deltarune, and I got more death threats and personal insults than I ever did in politics. So, yeah, I don't think it quite gets up to S tier, but it's definitely ahead of politics and A tier. For my first S tier, Homestuck. Homestuck, for as much as I like the source material, is one of the few fandoms that has affected my friends, family, my finances, my personal health, my career, my housing situation. Homestuck has actually managed to ruin my life on multiple occasions. The fact that it had that capacity gets it into S tier. I have lost more friends and family over Homestuck than I have politics. The FGC I'm gonna put in C tier. I mean, you know what? Actually, wait. Call it bias, but I'm gonna put it in D tier. Yeah, we have our bad apples, and we have our scandals, but I found the FGC to be extremely welcoming. I have made a lot of friends and family who have been there for me in tough times in the FGC. I'm fully aware of the heels of the FGC, and I'm fully aware of the fact that more people should be kicked out of the community than are. But at the end of the day, the FGC has, really done a lot to help my life personally, so it gets D tier. It's not that toxic. Could be better, but not as toxic as, League. Then again, some fighting games stand out. Smash Brothers, definitely a tier above the rest of the FGC. But still, nowhere near as toxic as League. Now, chess. I never want to play a game of chess with someone face-to-face ever again. No one takes losses in chess gracefully. Some people don't take winning in chess gracefully. And at the highest levels, it's just drama after drama after drama. People accusing everybody of cheating in so many different ways. And then the community just ends up devolving into, do you support the one guy or do you support the other guy when someone accuses someone of cheating? Chess is best experienced online without chatting to anyone. Easily surpasses the toxicity of every other gaming community I have put on this list. I want to fill at least one of every tier, so F tier gets cooking. You guys aren't toxic at all. Everybody on the food side of TikTok is super fucking chill. Y'all just share recipes and it's a good fucking time. Italian cooking, as an Italian myself, you get bumped up 2 whole tiers. You know why. This is going to be a weird one. People who like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. You're oddly elitist about it. You don't cross the threshold to slurs and death threats, but you're oddly elitist about it. Oh, by the way, I have definitely been called slurs in the Smash community before, but I haven't received death threats. Speaking of slurs and death threats, the console wars discourse, that's just about as bad as League and Counter-Strike. Guys, it doesn't matter. Every console is basically a PC now anyway. I was tempted to put power scaling into S tier. But Homestuck, like I said before, actively ruined aspects of my life. Power scalers just are weirdly obsessive about their shit. I've had power scalers make alt accounts just to leave comments on my non-power scaling videos. It's a lot. In fact, if I'm going to be completely honest here, it goes before Deltarune. Deltarune is probably just up there right now because of recency bias. I love the source material. I love Deltarune myself. But, we're 2 months out of a chapter, so, the worst parts of the community are probably just being very loud right now. Power scalers seem eternal, though. Here's an interesting one that you probably wouldn't expect. Golf. Everyone who plays golf is rich and awful. Back around college, I played a little bit using student equipment, and I also got to be around golf clubs a lot because of my grandpa. No, they're all bad. Like white people singularity. I think that's good enough from now, but I do want to make one thing clear. This tier list is not a tier list of how much I like or hate something. I have been actively part of the communities of every single thing in this tier list. I'm not an outsider looking in. I'm an insider just kind of relating my own experiences. I do love Homestuck. I do love Deltarune. I even like Power Scale. And I post political videos all the time. So I'm not trying to yuck anyone's yum. I'm just talking about my experiences with these communities. Anyway, I think that's enough for now. Let me know if you like this. I don't want to upset anyone. If you did like this, let me know what communities you want to see me put on the tier list, and I'll keep making these videos. Oh, and if I have never been a part of that community, that will go into the never interacted tier right down here. I refuse to rate these as someone from the outside looking in. I will only rate communities that I myself have been a part of and love. I think that's the only way I could do this without people getting mad.